My reputation was entirely ruined. I ended up freezing on the streets, humiliated and abused to death.
How lively! It turns out to be the wedding parade of Lord Commander Roderick!
The new bride is the elder sister of his late wife, a true noble lady. So much more well-bred than that whore Astrid.
My elder sister? Vanessa? Didn't she commit suicide a long time ago?
How could she be marrying my husband in such a grand wedding? I closed my eyes in deep resentment, letting the mocking crowd trample all over my body. Opening my eyes again after rebirth, I found myself back on the exact day I suggested letting Vanessa legally move into the castle as a mistress. Back then, having discovered her secret affair with Roderick, I took the initiative to offer her the position of a castle mistress. To my surprise, she considered it a humiliation and fiercely committed suicide. Disregarding my pregnancy, Roderick directly issued a banishment order and kicked me out of the Holy Knight Castle. Hypocritical Vanessa. So your suicide was just a fake death in my past life, yet it pushed me into such a miserable grave.
I refuse. I am rightful heir of the former Duke. How could I ever be a lowly mistress? Astrid, are you intentionally trying to humiliate me?
Vanessa, don't be so ungrateful. If it weren't for the lady's kindness in taking you in, forget about becoming a legal wife in some noble land. You wouldn't even be able to step foot through the gates of this castle. Who said I wanted to marry a nobleman?
Though our Wesley family has fallen, we still have dignity. I swear, I would rather marry a common peddler than ever become a mistress to nobles!
Everyone is utterly stunned by her shameless declaration. Their scandalous affair has long been an open secret, yet here she is, putting on an act of a pure and holy virgin.
What a spectacular line. Rather be a commoner's legal wife than a noble's mistress. Every woman in the world should learn from Vanessa's unwielding dignity.
I know I'm just living on your charity, so I have no right to speak. But if you insist on forcing me to be your husband's mistress, the worst I can do is end my life.
What a fierce and unyielding woman. I will fulfill her wish completely and spread her reputation of fierce integrity far and wide. When the time comes, I wonder if the ones coming to propose will be noble knights or commoners who slaughter pigs, sell fish, keep the night watch, or carry manure. Back then, Vanessa looked down on Roderick due to his ruined family, and she violently forced me to marry him in her stead. Who could have foreseen that Roderick would be knighted as the Lord Commander, making me the Grand Lady of the territory overnight? Meanwhile, because our ducal father was convicted of treason, our family fell and absolutely no one dared to marry Vanessa anymore. When I became pregnant, she secretly slipped into the castle.
I came here to take care of you, Astrid. Absurd. Scarlet, escort Vanessa back home. Wesley is about to sell me to an old man as a mistress. Astrid, if you insist on driving me away, I will march out of here and smash my head against the city wall right now.
Wesley mentioned him. That man is a lower knight captain of the Royal Guard. He is 28 this year. While not exceedingly young, he is by no means an old man.
3 months ago, this man wouldn't even have been worthy of proposing to Vanessa, let alone her becoming his mistress. But things are different now. The Wesley family has been stripped of title into commoners. If she didn't have me, a sister who is the Grand Lady, she wouldn't even be able to secure a match like this.
Go back first. If you truly do not wish to marry him, I will speak to Wesley on your behalf.
The moment I step out of these castle gates today, I will definitely be shipped off to be a mistress. What difference is that from letting me die? Even if I die, I refuse to die with the wretched title of a lowly mistress.
You have a remarkably fierce temperament, girl. Interesting. Very well, stay here then, and keep Astria company to pass the time.
Roderick's appearance as a refined gentleman makes Vanessa's cheeks flush red with intense excitement.
Thank you for saving my life, Lord Commander. Vanessa promises to never forget your grace for the rest of her days.
Vanessa had a free spirit. Claiming Roderick was her savior, she frequently brewed hot soups and delivered them straight to his private study.
What decent lady would run to her brother-in-law's study all day long? If you ask me, she clearly has ulterior motives.
Vanessa has too much pride. She would never willingly become Roderick's mistress. Don't worry.
I told Scarlet to put her mind at ease, but I never expected my words would turn into a tragic prophecy.
My lord, too hard. Vanessa can't take it anymore.
My darling, I'm just getting started. I'm going to take you straight to heaven.
My entire body feels as though it has dropped into an ice cave. Scarlet grips me tightly, keeping me from collapsing onto the floor. Before long, word of their scandalous affair leaked out to everyone. If her reputation was ruined, both I and the unborn child in my womb would be dragged down with her. I had no choice but to propose making Vanessa Roderick's legal mistress. In my past life, Vanessa felt utterly humiliated, covered her face, and fled the scene. That very night, she left behind a suicide note and took poison. Astrid knew full well that I refused to be a mistress, yet she insisted on degrading me. I have no choice but to prove my dignity with my death. From then on, Vanessa's reputation for unyielding dignity echoed throughout the royal capital. Upon hearing of it, the queen praised her as the most fierce and virtuous woman of the realm, granting her a grand burial with the full honors of a countess.
You are utterly vulgar. To think you would be jealous of your own elder sister, you are completely unworthy of being my wife.
Disregarding my pregnancy, Roderick expelled me from the castle with a single banishment order. He even knelt before the queen, begging for permission to marry Vanessa's ghost. Their tragic true love moved the entire kingdom to tears, while I became a despised villainess scorned by everyone.
Beat this vicious bitch to death! She is not fit to be the Lord Commander's wife! Kill her!
The enraged mob swarms forward all at once, pelting and battering me with sharp stones and heavy wooden clubs until I am covered in wounds. Scarlet shields me fiercely in her arms, her head cracked and bleeding heavily. Before breathing her last breath, she whimpers,
"My lady, you must stay alive."
I ended up being brutally ruined by a pack of street beggars, who tossed me onto the cobblestones like a torn piece of rag, only to hear the shocking news that Vanessa was actually alive and celebrating her grand wedding with Roderick. It turns out her putting on a grand show of faking her death rather than becoming a mistress was all because her eyes were fixed on the prestigious position of Roderick's legal wife. Tragically, my unborn child and I were nothing but tools for her to build her grand reputation. Mere collateral damage on her climb to Roderick's bed. I forcefully cough up a spray of blood, dying a miserable death right on the street. Fortunately, destiny granted me rebirth, returning me to the exact day I suggested, letting Vanessa become his mistress.
I swear, I would rather marry a common peddler than ever become a mistress to nobles! Bravo, truly worthy of the majestic spirit of the former Duke's heiress. Since Vanessa possesses such stellar dignity, from now on, whoever dares mention making you a mistress again, I will be the very first to break them. The daughters of our Wesley family would genuinely rather die than ever sink to being mistresses.
Astrid, it is enough that you understand me.
Seeing her visit your study so often in the past, I mistakenly assumed she harbored feelings for you. It seems I completely misjudged her. You must take care not to tarnish her spotless reputation.
Roderick valued his public reputation far more than his own life. If it came at the cost of ruining his pristine name, his affection for Vanessa instantly became worthless.
You are right.
Vanessa stomps her foot in sheer irritation and fury, nearly twisting her dress hem to pieces, before turning on her heel and storming back to her chambers.
Go and spread Vanessa's grand declaration across every tavern and dockyard in the entire territory. Make sure every single commoner hears it clearly.
Caressing my slightly swollen belly with a cold sneer, I think to myself, my dearest sister, since you are so deeply desperate to be a legal wife, I shall give you a magnificent helping hand this time.